So thank you for your kind words, Dr. Radhika. I believe nothing would have been possible in NPCB if we didn't have such dynamic people in all specialities working for us. So I believe I'm just the cohesive force for ensuring that anything required is done. But the truth remains that people in every speciality, I would really appreciate iBank Association of India for their dynamism. And all other specialities are working to their best, and that's what's the beauty of our cohesive forces together. We cannot shy away from this fact of having a huge burden of blindness. If I was to accept, we still have 1 cornea for 70 needed. And it pains to see that, is it because of our awareness, a lack of awareness, or is it because of our advocacy that we can change? I think this meeting is about this. When we sit together, all of us, in spite of we being a small group, we can think through how we can increase the increase donations as much as increase utilization. So if we were to divide our own merits and demerits of how we work, the key issues that still affect us are the limited access to care, not enough corneas donated. Are we at NPCB trying to work here, or as much as trying to work here? Because the number of corneas donated is not as bad as the number of utilization is. So I think we need to work on the eye banks and the eye donation centers as much as we need to make the awareness drive. So the strategies in each, I was to define, yes, awareness, it's the responsibility of NPCB, it's the responsibility of EBI and all of us together. Then this is equally important in my eyes. So I took the liberty of walking around and claiming that my slogan would be prevention of blindness with NPCB. So very soon you'll read, as you read the National Program for Control of Blindness, you'll find a slogan below which will read prevention of blindness. Because it's as much important to decrease your burden as to be effective in what you deliver. Then for not having enough corneas, that means the number of donation to increase. Second point, to increase the donation, we have to do proper partnership. The pyramid of cornea has to be complete. As much as we retrieve is as much as we implant. If we reach that single goal also, our services would be enhanced. Let me accept it. When I move around and see the eye banks, we have not been able to change the scenario of good functional eye banks. I think people on the chair, they'll accept this, that somewhere we need to do something rather than just talking about what we have achieved. We need to look into how we make our eye banks more mentors to more eye donation centers. That's my dream, you know. It's not important to have an eye bank everywhere, but you should have few fully functional, fully devoted eye donation centers and an eye bank above that. How we work together for that is our goal, and we have to really work hard on it, because any amount of this is not yielding the result that will change the scenario. Why I say all this is, as we discuss the rapid survey, you'll be surprised, and all people sitting on the dais already have an idea that corneal blindness is going to hit us hard. It's on the increase with the kind of lifestyle, with the kind of awareness maybe reporting, and with the kind of aging population. We have to handle more now. And then this is always there from NPCB. We encourage people to have the training. I'm kind of kind of not very comfortable that not many people ask me for a penetrating keratoplasty training. As much as I get all time, I get cataract, SICS, phaco, anything is okay, but very few come up for a PK training. And then we have to do the capacity building. What NPCB did for this was also to train and trust their paramedical ophthalmic assistants for ensuring that no time is lost, and they also, as she was, Dr. Radhika was saying, Professor Radhika mentioned that Parliament, they are the people who are actually responsible for ensuring that the retrieval of the cornea is now possible by a paramedical ophthalmic assistant. So I'm mixing and matching my my dreams and aspirations with what else can we do besides saying what NPCB is doing. So this is the collection as you read. The truth remains, let's face the fact, the truth remains, these are not the implanted ones. We have to work to ensure that whatever we retrieve is whatever is worth implanting. Since NPCB is giving a particular amount of money for donations, so we get many donations on numbers. But that should not be our goal. So as I already said, that the training of paramedical ophthalmic assistants remains the responsibility of NPCB. Then we have to work together on how we do ensure that eye banks are more effectively functional. And this is my aspiration, my dream, and I'm open to any discussion on this. How do I make more EDCs more competent to be mentored by an eye bank? We have to work on it on a long-term basis. And this is presumed consent thing is, there is more requirement of clarity on the act, and I think it remains on my shoulders. So then Dr. Quresh Muscati is here, and I was actually pained at the, to have this, interstate transfer not being allowed, and I have raised this to the highest level possible. So that's the importance of these meetings. We get to know what exactly are our hindrances. How do we jump those hindrances? How do we come across? How do we counteract these? Like Bombay, you cannot, even if you have more than what you need, you cannot send it across to the other state. So this is kind of not acceptable to NPCB and not acceptable to anyone in the ministry or EBI for that matter. So we have worked through this. Yeah. And telecounselors can make a lot of impact. People do walk down to me and say that how we ensure that telecounselors are 24/7 available on the NOTO for making people more aware. Since the people sitting here are the ones who already know a lot about this, about the MK media being provided, we are extremely indebted and very active team, even if you don't call them, they are in your office with what else can we do. So we did send the letter across for the long-term media as well to all our states. So this is toll-free number. I'm still surprised that so many people won't have this toll-free number, even people who are actively doing iBanking. So this is my last slide. Awareness, proper registration, guidelines. We have had meetings and we are almost final with the new guidelines now. So advocacy, accreditation, and thank you.